Coming live from Self Love Lounge. Yeah. My partner Dre. Give me the beat. You talk to him. Look. Now as I stand here on my feet, I ask myself, do history repeat? I know it do, but this is deep. From the slaves to the streets, from the cotton to the concrete, you give me Willie Lynch vibes. From that white man you hide, but you would kill me for my fucking ride. That's that envy you can't hide. That's that meet me outside, can let it go cause of your fucking pride. Back in the day, they take two field slaves, turn them against each other, something like the Django days. Whichever one was still alive, that's the one that went. The dead slave, he was gone, you won't see him again. And nowadays, they take two rap niggas, start beef, move out the way, then clap niggas. You better know your weapon good if you aim in sight. And if you kill a kid by accident, you got a night. You niggas so tough and Zimmerman is still around, but you would pay a couple K to knock your brother down. You think that God and evil fake? Until you die and reawaken, your soul done made it through them gates of hell, they await you. And everything you ever feared, that's that shit that's gonna take you. And all them demons that you claim, then took the sane out your brain. Now it's time for you to feel the flames. You see them demons like the streets. You can praise them all you want, but in the end you meet defeat. Open your eyes to the truth. But most of y'all can't do that cause them lies be just as fake as you. Been spitting facts all my life. Your brain gotta watch for bullets, but your back you gotta watch for nice. Fuck nigga, you need to listen. I'm competing with the old me. You look at me as competition. I never thought I'd see the day when I would get off on this microphone and say this shit I'm about to say. But hey, it need to be said and they like damn right. Got on my knees, prayed to God just the other night. Help me win the fight against my own kind. And if Black Lives Matter, niggas colorblind. They in denial when they hate it when you speaking facts. But a race war ain't the reason why I got the strap. Don't get it fucked up, cause anyone can feel the shell. But not just anyone gon' kill me for my clientele. Folks be seeking all these questions but don't want the answers. The last time we stuck together was the Black Panthers. But since then, it's a block for a block. They get on TikTok and make a song about a dead op. To be a rapper now you need a bulletproof whip. No other genre like this. Now ain't this some shit? You ignorant. Get on the gram, you don't think twice. And make a joke about him fighting for his fucking life. So many of them throw rocks, then they hide their hands. But this reality, not Meta or the Central Land.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title, let's talk about it. But before we get into it, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe. It's free to you, but it means a lot to me. All right, I'm just waiting for the sophisticated problem child will come up and we're going to have some dialogue. And hopefully the information in this video will help those who are in the street, trying to get out the street. Those who have family in the street, give you a better understanding. We'll talk about a couple things, but ultimately the goal is to reach the youth and prevent them from joining that street life or direct them away from it. Well, as soon as he come up, we'll get into it. But to give some context to the show, because I ain't really put nothing in the description, I'm gonna touch on the takeoff. I mean the offset. No, the takeoff situation. Takeoff dying and the after effects with everything going on with Jay Prince. And I think that's important because, like they say, don't play boxing. You don't play with the street. And a lot of times these artists, you know, even if they came from the street, 22, what up, brother? You know, a lot of times these artists, even though, you know, like I said, if they came from the street, now you got the money, you ain't street no more. And then you try to go back and play with people who live in that lifestyle, stuff like this happen, you know. And in my opinion, if you're familiar with the case, you know, they got into an argument at the bowling alley over a dice game. And, you know, allegedly the Prince family got ties. You know, I'm going to say it like that. But, you know, allegedly, you know, they got ties to the street. And that's who they was with. And after the Jay Prince interview, we got more insight because he released information that, Quavo's bodyguard threw the first punch. And like I said, I mean, it's different in the street, Ain't no more fighting like the 80s and 90s. You throw a punch, that's gunplay. And that's what happened. And if you've been in the street or have any family in the street, you understand that sometimes it ain't the person who started, get hurt. And unfortunately, that's what happened in this case, So if Quavo, in my opinion, if Quavo never would have, let's be real. We all like the men in here. Let's be real. If somebody tell you, I'm gonna leave before I fuck you up, that's like a threat, And you talking some rap superstar to some dude who will be in in the street tomorrow on the corner. You think that's gonna fly? Nah. And then you throw a punch. What you think gonna happen? I mean, anybody knows you ain't even got to be from the street. When you go in other people's territory, you be smooth until you get out, until you get safe. That should be basic understanding. But like I said, people think money don't impress everybody. Especially, and this is just giving insight. A lot of people from the street, when you flex, you it's like you tempting them. You start flexing and stuff, you tempting them to take it. You tempting them to try you. Like I'm from Detroit, and I know it's different everywhere, but it's a lot of similarities. And in the streets in the D, the harder you are, the quicker you fall. Because you literally paint a target on your back. You start flexing, people want them stars and stripes. They call it clout now. When I was coming up, it was stars and stripes. You go take out a lieutenant or a general. You take their stars, everything, all their credit now belongs to you. That's how it was looked upon. So the loudest ones was always the ones that got clipped first. What up, Ryder? It was always the smartest ones. Anything in life you do, you want to be strategic about it. And I learned that from the street. I didn't learn that from growing up in the suburbs or going to prep school and people preparing me for the future. Nah, I learned that in the street. Every move got to be strategic. And I carried that into other parts of my life, and I was successful in it. It's sad that I had to learn that in the street, though. This is something that we should be teaching our kids. That's not an art of surviving the street. Being strategic in everything you do is an art of surviving, period. That's just a part of, what up, realist? That's just a part of surviving, period. It's being strategic. Why not think before you act? That should be a basic concept we all have. And I think a lot of things will be avoided. Confrontation, regret. Just think. Weigh the outcomes. It's not hard. It's not hard. But things get in the way, like the ego. A lot of people don't even know what the ego is. Believe it or not, your ego is a defense mechanism. But the messed up part is it's not properly programmed, because a lot of times when I say a defense mechanism, it's defending the wrong thing, and that's pride. And that's why we see people egos nowadays malfunction. It's programmed wrong. Ego is supposed to help you, not hurt you. But like I said, we don't understand self enough. So if we don't understand self, how we go teach it to the ones under us? And if we had to figure it out and know how hard it was, why would we let them? We can't. Because when they grow up, things like this happen. Learn that playing sports is not the one shooting the BS that gets the whistle. It's the one who retaliates. Exactly. And like I said, this dude punched. Their action caused innocent man's death. Someone close to him. And that's karma too. The energy we put out, when it come back, sometimes it don't hit us, it hit people closer to us. This is something Quavo will have to live with. Knowing his action caused his nephew's death. If he would have just turned around and walked away, Takeoff would probably be alive today. But see, that's why I said you don't play street. You don't play street. And then even after all that, now with the Jay Prince situation, and this is just my opinion. Over the years, he built up a reputation. And after this incident, you see things for what it truly is. I mean, instead of stuff being in the background, is up front. And you see how things work and see how things operate. And this is what I'm telling you. If you're in the street, ain't no loyalty. Ain't no rules. Ain't no rules. Ain't no loyalty. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And why risk your freedom, and why risk your life? Why risk any of that? There's no loyalty. There's no retirement fund. There's no pension plan. It's all temporary. You only can do it for so long and be successful at it. Even if you're successful at it for a long period of time. Like I said, there's no retirement plan. Oh, I save money up. How you gonna spend money when you can't show you make money? I put it in somebody, you're doing too much. There's easier ways. There's better ways. You ain't gotta, it's not the only option. It shouldn't even be an option. There's no benefit in it. It's a waste of time. Even the people in it, they don't get in it because this was a dream of theirs. A lot of people in the game, in the street, in gangs, because they felt like they had no other choice. Because of the situations and conditions they came up in. A lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them feel that way. Because they don't know no better. But that's why I say these conversations need to be had, because I might not even be talking, like I said, to the person that's having a conflict, either in the game or about to get in the game, but a loved one. When we identify these things, we have to understand the impact that it not only has on us, but the people we love. We all got little cousins, nephews, nieces. We got to start encouraging them, the young ones, the middle-aged ones, even the 20, 30-year-olds, to move away from this type of life. Because ultimately, by killing your own people, you're killing your own soldiers. That's what you're doing. That's a concept I always understood. You killing your own people. You killing your own soldiers. Because if anything ever happened, we all gonna look towards people that look like us. That's just what it is. That's how it always been. When cops murder black people, we look upon each other for strength and go protest. Other people join us, but ultimately, what I'm telling you is if you killing your own people to look like you, either if it's with drugs or guns, you're killing your own soldiers. It's it's easy to get it's easy to get into the street. Like I said, I wasn't a gangbanger, so me getting out the game, it wasn't like I had to get jumped out or anything, you know. But even when I did, it's still consequences because when that was a part of my life, the things that I did, people remember, good or bad, you know. So that's just something I have to live with. So I still have to move a certain way. And that's what I'm saying. Even after you're done, you're not done. You know, you're not done. Honestly, you're not. Somebody can, I could have did something to somebody years ago and they can still be upset. And now see I'm doing way better, something positive. That's when it usually happens, right? How many times we heard stories, kids going off to college, coming back and getting killed? I know that story all too well, personally. People I came up with, friends, go off to college, first visit back home, hanging out with the boys, bang, something happens, they gone. See, when you deal with the street, you can be done, but the street ain't never done with you. It ain't never done with you. So these are the things people, like I said, you don't play with it. You got to understand it. We got to teach it. We got to make this lifestyle uncool. Think about if we start grooming the youth to be the next senators, doctors, CEO of Fortune 500 companies, you know, the lobbyists, the ones that pay for the president. Imagine if we start grooming our youth for that instead of allowing the streets to get them or even the entertainment because those two are starting to merge. You see basketball players hanging out with street dudes. I mean, they've been doing it, but it's literally merging now. The entertainment industry and the streets, they becoming one. One influences the other. So, I mean, what up, Tay? And see, David, you right, bro. I mean, Chicago. But see, that's what I'm saying. We have to reach out to the youth. We have to talk to the youth because if we don't, it's gonna get worse. They have no guidance. Even people my age, I see people older than me trying to be gangbangers and thugs. Like, bro, you granddaddy age, man. Chill out. You done did. It's time for you to relax, bro. Enjoy life. You know, you still trying to sagging pants. Like, bro, nah. Come on now, man. So demonic ain't the word, bro. Demonic ain't the word. At my age, I'm 38 years old. And this might sound soft to some people, but at my age, I feel like this. If I got a conflict with somebody, let's talk about it. If we can't talk, let's walk away. And if we can't do that, then okay, let's throw down. But that's last resort because I got a family. I got kids. I got a wife. Everyone has a loved one. And this is the part where I said when we mature, when we get older, we think, is this moment, this incident, worth me throwing everything away? And not only that, what I do affects other people. That's part of maturity. That's responsibility. And that was a hard thing for me to learn. It was hard. But it wasn't about me. It was about the people that rely on me. See, I found something bigger than me. And I use that. I'm not going to lie to you. I use that as a tool. Because, to be honest with you, now I feel different about myself. But before, I didn't care. My life, that's why I did what I did. My life, it really didn't matter. It is what it is. I got to die one day. So I might as well have fun doing it. Might as well do what I want to do. That's how I used to think. That's when I was running around. But then one day, I did something. I looked at my mama's eyes and I just seen my heart never hurted that much. And what I did, I didn't even get caught. My mama just knew I did it. She knew I did it. I told her I did it. And that look I seen in my mom's eyes, it wasn't disappointment, it wasn't fear, it wasn't anger. It was like total sadness, like hopelessness. And she said, I don't want you to die. That fucked me up, man. Because I love my mama, man. I really do. I love my mama. Tay, sis, appreciate you. I love my mama, man. And I realized, life was bigger than me. Because the things I do affect other people. And those other people always had my back, always rooted for me, cheered for me. So even though this is my life to live, I wanted to do it in a way that I can pay homage to the ones who sacrificed for me to have it. And so every day I wake up, I think about a couple things. One of them is what I can do to make my wife smile. Another thing I think about is no matter what, I'm going to make my mama proud of me. And both of those things motivate actions. I find ways to, make my wife smile. And I find ways to make my mama proud of me. Maybe she won't know it today, but when she sees it, she'll be proud. That helps my creativity. Like I said, it's things that I do. You can call it rituals, but it's things that I do on a daily basis to work on myself. Because that's a desire of mine. Some people want to be rich. Some people want to be famous. I just want to be a bad motherfucker in the sense that I touch people's lives and have a positive impact. That's what a bad motherfucker to me is. Not only in my personal life, and I ain't gonna lie, I used to be selfish. I used to didn't care, until I seen my kids. I didn't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like this. I got information that can make my life better, and I'm gonna just use it to make my life better. I wasn't thinking about sharing. But then I realized I'm not gonna be here forever. And when I'm gone, my kids go inhabit this world. So if I can do anything, something, to have a positive impact on it, it'll give my kids a better chance. And then I start thinking like all the people who mentored me, that's basically what they did. And they mentor others. One dude get paid $100 a phone call. Shit crazy. I don't pay him no more. But when I first met him, I was paying him $30 a phone call. You talk to him for 10 minutes. But the impact those conversations had were priceless. So it was well worth it. But now he called me and bounced things off my head. But that's my mentor, you know. And I will advise anybody, anything you want to do in life, find somebody who's doing it. If it's even something little like just becoming a better father, you know, if it's to become a better person, find a spiritual leader, mentor, a guide. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, you think it's crazy? It's not. People go to church. That's what your pastor is, right? Rituals keep faith. All right, bro. I just seen that. Worst thing is to hurt our family above anything else. Yeah. Hey, Dave, let me ask you this. Are you Islamic? Do you believe in the Islamic faith? I need my... Yo, you are from the Islamic faith? Yeah, I practice the 5 pillars. I practice Islam as a science. Yeah, I practiced it as a science, not a religion. It's a little different, but yeah, Islam is I tell people this: no matter what faith they is, practice it because that's the only way you go get the true essence out of it. You know, by practicing it, you become way more knowledgeable about it than someone who just go on one day to receive the information. So yeah, I practice. I still practice the 5 pillars to this day. It's been I use things from different belief systems that I find useful, and I think the 5 pillars are dope. It keeps you grounded. What made you get into Islam, if you don't mind me asking, Dave? I'm always interested on people's reasons. Were you a Christian before and decided to convert to another? Convert into Islam, or? Oh, did I? Hold on, let me. Personal stuff. And you know what? To be honest with you, bro, that's why when I say I practice almost every religion, that's exactly why I did it. That's exactly why I did it. I practiced Buddhism, Taoism. I didn't actually practice it. I studied it, Taoism, in college, but I applied principles to life. Hebrewism, Christianity, Kemetic science, and now the understanding that I gained from all of those is the Creator is divine. So I pay homage to the Creator. I pay homage to the ancestors. Those are the ones we know who were here. Energy is not destroyed; it's only transferred. So, once was here, always has a state of presence. So, I pay homage to the ancestors, and I use different attributes of all the religions. They go to Taoist 22. Yeah, but I always tell people when you practice religion, practice it. And whatever makes you a better person, use it. There's no instruction manual. I mean, you can, like, even when you're talking about which religion came first, what people fail to realize, the Pacific region those religions were in, that's their shit. And then people fail to realize, I'm not even going to talk about that, but so whatever people can utilize in life to make them better, that's what you're supposed to use. You know, everybody different, so different things work for different people. Like I practice the 42 ideas of Ma'at, and one of those ideas is I revere every altar, meaning I respect every religion. You know, I don't have to practice it to understand it or respect it. Just like people, we all different. You know, we got different ways of operating, different ways of doing stuff, but we don't have to. We can always show respect to one another, and that's a choice. You know, it's a choice. You can show respect to one another, even though y'all do different things or are just different people. What if you don't mind me asking, what branch of Islam are you studying or practicing? No, it's different. When I say branches, I mean you could be studying or practicing the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the NOI. You can be a Sunni or Shia. So it's different ways Islam is practiced. Is more than that. You even talk like the way I practice it was from the Moorish Science Temple. I didn't practice Islam in a traditional sense, but I had to study it too. So I understand it from a religious sense, but I didn't. What up, though?
Yo, what up, bro? My eyes had fell asleep, bro, by mistake, laying on the couch. And soon as the game was ready to go off, I just dozed off. I missed the ending and all that.
Man, chilling. I was just sitting here rapping with the people. But yeah, I wanted to start off. I was telling them about the whole.
Hold up, if you don't mind, I'm gonna mute my mic. Can you get? Cause I need to set up the extension cord and all. I had to move all my shit in the kitchen. Can you give me like 5 minutes? I ain't going nowhere. I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So, David, you a Sunni? That's what's up. And you know what? A lot of times, what happened is, what happened with anything is, people receive other people's interpretation of things. And a lot of times when that happens, things can get a bad rap or misunderstood. And after studying Islam, I had a better understanding of it. And what even like when you read the Bible, people read the Bible literally, and then people, um, then you have people who comprehend the Bible, and then you have people who decipher the Bible. You know, those three different levels of reading one book. And the same thing with Islam. It's things in there people say and don't quite understand what it means. And that's why I say practicing it, making it a part of your daily life. You gain wisdom by applying all the teachings day in and day out, because you get different experiences applying them, different opportunities to understand the different lessons. So that's why I had to live it, like do it. And that's how I do everything. But yeah, that's how I do everything. Are you married, David? I'm interviewing you from the chat. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to ask that. I just I just noticed how when you talk about the religion, you speak highly on a portion of the way the women are treated. Yeah, and actually, if people follow Christianity properly, they would wear white. They would cover their hair down. They wouldn't have to wear a mask, but they have to cover their hair and their entire bodies if they followed it properly. That's why I say people don't practice it. Um, they just go get the word and go home and then believe, but they don't practice it. That's the difference when you apply the lessons you learn in life. You know. Um, what
Can
up, bro?
I
You back?
can I add something to that, bro?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't took my shahada as far as Islam yet. When I was 13, I began to practice Islam, and I went to New Rochelle, New York. That's Westchester County, a little bit out of the city. Um, Stayed with this man. His name, he was an imam, but I knew his grandson. Me and his grandson went to school together, played basketball together. And his mother asked me, did I want to go stay with him and his grandfather for the summer in New Rochelle? And I didn't know the man was Muslim. I didn't know what I was gonna get into. When I got there, he introduced himself and introduced me to his grandmother, which is his wife. Um, and he told me the do's and don'ts. He said, this is a Muslim household. He said, we eat together. He said, we pray 5 times a day. Da 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 da. He just let me the rundown. He was like, and he told my mother too over the phone, because he said, I would never want to force religion on nobody, but it's just letting you know. And if it's not okay, I'll drop him back off home in the city. And my mother agreed. She was like, nah, I think that's good for him. And them 3 months I was there over the summer, we would this man, just a little bit of time, it added structure to my life. You know what I'm saying? I was used to at home, eating all times of the day, not eating with family, just moving a certain way. We wash up before we eat and all that. And his mosque, no, rest in peace, he's dead now, but he had a mosque on, and anybody from New York City know what I'm talking about. It's on 125th and Lenox or whatever, right there on the corner, mosque number 6. We would go, he was the imam, it was his mosque. We would go on Friday. So for y'all who don't know, just like Christians, they practice, they celebrate on Sundays. And Muslim faith, it's called Juma. They celebrate on Fridays. So go there and pray, fellowship or whatever. And all that summer while I was up there, I noticed a lot of my bad ways had left because I was living clean and I was living on the Islam way. As soon as I got back home, I started wilding again. You know, man, smoking weed, hooking school, just doing the most or whatever. And my mother, she had pulled me up and she was like, why is it that when you was gone all summer with Khalid and his granddad, I heard nothing but good things about you every time you would call, or his grandmother or his grandfather call. They just said you was like a changed person. And I even saw it for a while after you got back, but you back to wild and out. And I said, I don't know, whatever. But I'm saying all this to say, and soon, I haven't said this on my channel a lot of times. Right now I'm in a transition of cleaning my life up because I'm gonna get back into practicing Islam, living the Islam way, because Islam more so is a way of life, or whatever. And I'm gonna take my shahada, but I just want to make sure that I'm ready and I ain't gonna play around with it. So I'm trying to clean up a lot of things in my life right now, but I ain't just take religion out of it. Living the Islam way is the way I think the whole world should be. Like, they got so many disciplines and rules, whereas though it's all about peace and love and respect for your brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? If America was living under Shahada law, Shahada, I mean, what is called under, damn, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's the law that they live under in the Muslim countries or whatever. I guarantee you, it'll be more peaceful here and less murders, less crime, period. People love each other. Me and my son was talking today, and he said, we was watching a podcast, $1 million worth of game, and a rapper on there said that when he went to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, he said you could lay in the middle of the street with $1 million piled on top of you and won't nobody touch it. You know what I'm saying? You could park your car and have a suitcase full of money visible and leave it wait in the car all day and won't nobody touch a dollar. I said, yeah, it's like that because in the Muslim countries, they're real strict. And plus, they live under a different lifestyle and a way of living than us. They believe in it. They believe in, you know what I mean, doing right by people, and whatever ain't yours, you're not supposed to touch. And I probably do a show on that myself, and you can come over too when I talk about it, just like the Islam life and how even if you take religion out of it, I just respect it. Even the women, you know what I'm saying, they respect their man. They don't overtalk men. They don't get men's business, even if the man's not their husband, you know. But I all I can say is anybody who took their shahada and is like living the full Islam way, shout out to you. And I thought David probably was. Am I wrong? Is he Muslim?
He
bro?
getting into it. He getting into
so
it.
he's where I'm at right now. Well, I'm getting back into it. But yeah, shout out to you, Dave.
And see, and that's why I tell people, because believe it or not, Christianity is similar. You know what makes it so different? You practice one and you believe in another one. That's what I love about Islam. That's, like you said, is a way of life. You do it, you live it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said way of life, what up, Selena? And when you said it was a way of life, that's why I said practice whatever. Like me, I govern myself by the 42 laws of Ma'at. And when you look at those 42 laws, you'd be like, damn, this shit kind of strict. But it's easy because it's all about doing right. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't go out my way to do nothing wrong. So it's easy to follow it. At first it was hard because the way I was before. But the more I practiced it, the easier it became. So that's why I say if people actually practice Christianity, look at look at a Jewish community. I'm not talking about the ones who famous in Hollywood. I'm talking about go to an actual Jewish community. They chilling. You can do the same thing in those communities. because they practice it. Go into a Buddhist community. Go chill with the monks. You know what I'm saying? People don't practice Christianity.
Right, bro. And I love that you broke that down like that. In the name of the law that Muslims and Muslims country, why it's so peaceful, it's called Sharia law. And
Sharia.
it's been practiced in them countries for thousands and thousands of years. Whereas though you touch somebody's shit, they be to cut your hand off in a public square. Women can't walk around and be lewd and drunk and act crazy. Even when you go visit to Dubai, the American embassy gives all Americans, when you go to Middle East countries anyway, they give you a pamphlet before you even go leave customs at the airport, the do's and don'ts, so your ass won't get arrested over there. You can't even show public affection to your partner when you go over Dubai. You can't none of that walking down the street, tongue kissing no girl or grabbing her ass and none of that. Can't drink, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I'm just amazed how clean them people live, man, and how like the crime rate is so low, bro. Like nothing never happens unless it's some war crimes or something like that in the war-torn Muslim countries. But like Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, all that, ain't no crimes going on, bro. Ain't nobody hurting nobody like over here.
And I even say this because, like I said, I practice the science, like with the Moorish Science Temple. That's the form of Islam I practice. So understanding that, I understood, because they taught even within those ideas of Islam, they taught universal principles. So we were taught that it can be used for good or bad. That's why you got the extremists. So it can be used either way, just like Christianity. They use Christianity for slavery. They use Christianity to manipulate people.
What you said, like a screwdriver. It can be used to put together a bike for a kid, a toy for a kid to play with, or you can take it and stick it in somebody's neck and kill them with it.
It depends on
how you use it.
It's the user, and that's what almost anything. I want to build on this, but I want to talk about. Something that we both insight and help people with, and that's understanding the streets. And I was using why do I keep the takeoff situation? And my opinion was this: if Quavo, I don't know if you've seen the whole video, but I was saying if Quavo just left peacefully, Takeoff could have possibly been alive.
I believe so too.
And I was telling them, like, when you're in certain area, when you ain't on your home turf, you be smooth until you get back there, no matter who you think you with. And that's what he thought his money would protect him, was a shield. But you dealing with street dudes, like, they don't care about that.
Yep, they got that rule. And I hear it a lot since I've been born. I've been hearing it. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Basically meaning wherever you at, adapt to their customs and behave yourself. Because you out of bounds already. Like bro said, like you said just now. If Quavo and the other dude, I think the dude that Jay Prince saying that he don't like, that's running his mouth and all that. If them dudes would have just, you know what, y'all got it. Ain't no. We out. Nice game. We out, y'all. And just bopped off. Nothing would have happened, bro. But it's the energy you put out. Energy is never lost. So the energy you put out is transferable. It goes right around the cipher. So when they put that type of energy out on the walk-off, yeah, the other side picked that energy up and said, okay, this what it's going to be.
And see, that's what people don't understand, because a lot of these kids, even getting into the street, or even, people who came up in the street, it's different everywhere. And you can be the man in your area, but once you leave out of there, you can be a plate too. And that's what that's what I was telling him. These are the reasons why you shouldn't indulge into it. I mean, and I was telling him, even when you get out of it, like, I ain't hustled in probably about 15 years, but it's still things and places I can't go. So even when you done with it, it ain't done with you.
Right. Right, bro. And another thing I heard you speak of the other day too is how things you have done in the past, people have done in the past, can catch up with you years later.
Side door.
And the example that I had that I was telling my son about, and I was trying to teach him a lesson on, always try to conduct yourself right. People don't never forget. The universe never forgets. So when I had came home in 2016, my parole officer had got me a job. And I was working with this dude, cool ass old head or whatever. Me and him used to sit together at lunch and talk about life. And he used to tell me about the 80s and 90s when he was getting money. And he had just came home not too long ago because the warehouse I worked at was a place that, you know how certain jobs accept people just coming home from jail. They got a contract with the state, I guess. So a lot of the employees may be niggas who just coming home. And he just was coming home from doing 20-something years for a body. And what had happened was he was in a dice game and him and a nigga got the arguing. He killed him or whatever. And because he had some other charges, he ended up getting 20. But for the body, he only got like 12 years manslaughter because the situation, how it happened. They said the dude who he killed was the aggressor. Grabbed him and tried to go in his waist and take his gun from him, but he pushed the dude off, grabbed the gun, shot him, dude died. So me and dude had built a bond and all that. And then one day when I came to work, my cousin, he had called me. My cousin knew him too and worked with me. And he was like, bro, Unc got killed last night by the liquor store. So I'm saying, yeah, what happened? And he was like, but bro, don't say nothing. But word is that, the dude that he killed a long time ago that he used to tell us about in the story, his son is like 19, 20, something like that. Caught him slipping inside the liquor store. And when the shit happened, the man's son was a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the son grew up and people in the neighborhood, probably his mother and other people, his uncles, was like, that the dude who killed your pops. And the dude was still living in that same, neighborhood. And I guess Shorty couldn't keep seeing the man walk around living and his father's in the ground. And I think I even would have felt like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the crazy thing is, I know stories like that, and the fucked up thing is that we keep recycling this energy, bro. We keep doing it over and over and over and over. There's so many stories like that. And then like when these kids start, like I said, a lot of these kids, I know kids who came down from the suburbs trying to be in, you know what I'm saying, trying to be down. Like, bro, do you know the opportunity you got? And you want to come down and play this? People are born into this and trying to fight their way out of it.
Yeah, bro. Just like light-skinned old boy from Detroit. He should be the poster boy. They should use his video, that live he did in the news story, what happened to him and the two other dudes, as a training video for these young niggas. Like, look, this what happens when you play in the dirt and you really not a mud diver. This what happens when you from the neighborhood where the birds chirp and all that shit, but you want to come into the trenches. This what happens, And exactly what you told me about that dude in that video was 100% accurate. But at the time, I didn't think you were lying. I thought that you maybe, like the dude who YouTube channel it was, you gave me, I thought he gassed it a little. But I looked at it, I say, damn, the word was exactly 100% accurate how he described the situation.
And this is the funny thing. Like I said, I experienced that 2 different times in my life with friends. similar incidents. Similar incidents. One of them, like I said, they were supposed to go to an after hour, and they found them 2 days later in the abandoned house. That's normal in a D. And when I could see it, and that was before I even talked to anybody. When I seen it, I'm like, I already know what happened. Just the way they described it.
You called
That's
it out too, bro. The
yeah,
whole because what I just was talking about is how you interpret the video from the Instagram live when he was talking to the goons. You had broke it down. I hadn't seen it because the
it's
video clip you seen me, you showed me when dude and I was reacting to it on YouTube because he was screen sharing. The screen was too little, and they was talking a lot, so I couldn't grasp it. So I went and felt the original video on Facebook that night when I was over here. We was looking at it, and exactly what you said, even exactly what you said about the situation. You was right, and even before they found them dudes, you called it. So I was like, damn, this nigga is a shaman or something. But I understand I had to come from,
the
past
mentality.
experience, living in the field. You know what I'm saying?
It's the mentality you had. Like when I tell people like you have to adapt. I mean, you either become the predator or the prey. And I'm like I'm talking from a standpoint when I'm talking about the street. It's stuff I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? I move like it's a difference. Like I said, I'm 38 years old, no
Mm-hmm.
record. It's for a reason. If you understand, like my family, the way they move, they had to send the National Guard in to shut the organization down. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like this is some ignorant things. Like it's like I said, it's a mentality, and that's why I be trying to tell these people you are playing with it. Like me personally, like when I hear people screaming and yelling and wolfing, I'm looking like um, I'm thinking of different ways to shut them up, and not in the
Right.
way most people think. Like, okay, if your jugular vein get attacked, what you gonna do? You go grab it and shut up. If your eye get poked, what you gonna do? You go grab it and shut up. Is different. Like when you dealing with people, like like I'm saying around the way, they think this is the mentality I adopted. So when I seen the way they was talking to him, I'm like, oh, he gonna be shut up quick because they told you 4 different times and you just didn't understand the lingo.
Right. Because when I looked at it myself, and just like how you couldn't interpret it, I looked at the Facebook comments. It was regular working people, even women saying, "Even damn, I ain't never been in the streets," and I could tell that was a courtesy call. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. And when he referred to him to dude, he said, "Bro, you came straight home and started your podcast. Now the word getting around to everybody." He said, "Yeah, I play Call of Duty for money. I play Call of Duty, and yeah, I play for money too. You try and get that, or is you gonna go on your podcast and talk about that too?" Basically, he was telling them like, "Boy, you talk too fucking much.
Too
You talking
much.
about shit, King. You ain't qualified to speak on." And that's what I remember that day over on my channel. I was talking about that. I think you was over there when I was saying everybody's not, and you agreed. Um, when I was saying everybody's not qualified to speak on shit,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta sit topics out.
A lot of times you got to do that, bro. I say it like this. What up, Hood TMZ? I say it
What
like
up?
this. If it's not your business, don't make it your business.
Right.
And and a lot of times, like even on here, um, like this for instance, we kicking it over here. We kicking it and talking about this type of subject. This is how this channel built. But when I go to your channel and we talking about the subjects, I'm in it. But when you doing your thing, it ain't my business. Let bro work. You know what I'm saying?
But
Um,
I want you to always know, though, you know how I feel about that. Like, my channel is your channel too, and the people that I rock with. So whenever you want it, nigga, all the niggas, you know how I do. And niggas say, "Yo, drop the link, come chop it up." Hell yeah. Sometimes I get tired of being, if I'm on there long, I get tired of being up there by myself talking and shit. I be having it. I'm getting better with it. Like I be trying to tell a lot of people that don't got YouTube channels that YouTube not easy as we may make it look. It's kind of Lonnie spoke of this morning. She was saying getting on the mic by yourself up there talking for 2 hours is an art. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
hell yeah, whenever you do come up and contribute, I'll be happy.
I appreciate it, bro. It's like even like a lot of times the chat make the content for me. When I'm sitting here, I be talking about something and they ask questions and I can elaborate on it. So a lot of times the chat and like when y'all come up, I appreciate it because like you said, it is art and it's different from making videos and then doing lives. Uh, it's totally different. But that's what we got to do too, bro. We gotta support one another. It's easy. It's easy to build something great when you got like-minded people and y'all working towards the same goals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I appreciate running into you because you know you trying to build your channel, I'm trying to build mine, but also what we trying to do is get the message out. We're getting messages out, a variety of them, in different ways too. Because you know when I'm looking at the content on your channel, just you talking about, I was just telling somebody the other day, go check out this video on the Dominican Republic because I didn't know that. You know, I didn't know that, and this is something that we should be aware of, and just the awareness you're bringing with your channel now. I appreciate you allowing me to come through, and I appreciate you, you know, coming on here to build with me because that's what we need. We need to build with one another.
Yeah, I agree, bro. All other ethnic, all other groups do it, bro. And I'm not making it a racial thing, but I envy the way I see the Jews operate. It's each one teach one. We gotta, like how Jay-Z said back in Reasonable Doubts days. He said when me, Dame, and all us clicked up, we made an oath and a vow to always catch each other if one of us fall. He said if one of us fall and the rest of us standing up, and we pick that person up who fell, and the cycle continues, how can we ever lose? He said, you know, even like Big Meech and them, he used to say that before they would hit the club, each one of them would go in there with 50,000 in their pocket. They said it'd be like 3 million in the club total. You know what I'm saying? He said, and they just move. You gotta move as a unit. And like you said, like-minded people need to come together and push the agenda and strive for that same goal together. It make it so much easier. If my car gets stuck in the snow and I put it in neutral, um, I get out, I'm trying to push it while it's in neutral. The car gonna be then roll back and kill my ass, or even I'm gonna be sitting there till nighttime trying to push it. But if y'all ride past in a pickup truck and be like, bro, we got you, jump out while I'm behind the steering wheel, steering it out, and I got 4 people, strong men, pushing it out the hole, then it'll get done quicker and more efficient. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I want people to know too. Um, we need to focus on like-minded, meaning working towards something because we all different, but that's the beauty in it, right? We all can bring different things to complement each other. And I think a lot of times people look at the differences and that's what separates.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about that when you was like, you know, until your pain becomes my pain, we're gonna be stuck like this.
Mm-hmm. And word, I preach that all the time. My pain has to become your pain. My joy has to become your joy. Vice versa. Your joy has to be until and that goes to. I always used to talk about that as far as a relationship. I notice every time I'm with a girl and the relationship is built off sex, and then we not one heart, one mind. It never lasts. But the relationships that I have had where we were one heart, one mind, and the relationship was built off a strong foundation of straight love and caring for each one. So we were more like life partners or whatever. We thought the same. we helped each other agenda. So Shorty could middle of the night tap me and say, babe, I want to open, and I'm talking about my son mother, the one I always tell you I be on my usher shit. I used to be on my usher shit, sitting in the room, lights out, letting it burn with. But that's my baby. But sometimes she say, babe, I want to go to school for nails. All right. How much you need me to throw to it? Oh, baby, I want to open up the hairdressers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She could say she want to sell fish dinners. How much you need to get the food? Yeah, and same with me. I could say, babe, I want to go back to school for tech or whatever. I want to get into the tech world. You need me sign for the loan? You need me go to the bank and sign for the loan for you to pay for school? It's really like that now. Even me and her separated, but when we was together, it was really like that. And that same principle got to be applied. How you know, April? That same principle got to be applied just all around to life, bro.
And see, that's what when you said that, bro. That I heard it so many times, but I guess it was in a sense you said it. It was like that's what we need. We need to become one heart, one beat.
Mm-hmm.
In the tribe like mentality, but you have to do it with like minded people. When they say everybody come together, what up, Liz B? What up, April? Appreciate y'all coming through. When they say all people ain't our people, but we can get with the like minded people and begin to build with them, support them. Like you said, if I need a boost, somebody boost me up because I'll be in a position to boost you too. You know, people always trying to get to the top, but they don't understand how lonely it is if you by yourself. But if all of us come up there together and, like I said, use our differences to complement one another instead of separate us. I mean, an open hand may have power, but when you close it and them fingers come together, that fist is mightier. We got to become a fist.
Yep. We like to, I know this our group of people. We want to climb the ladder and get it on our own so we can look down at our contemporaries, meaning there's people who trying to do the same shit we do and shit on them and pull our pants down while we up on top of the building and they looking up. Because now that we didn't climb the ladder, we didn't move the ladder out the way, so they ain't got no way up. And now we going to stand on the ledge of the building and pull our pants down, cocking shit on their heads. We got to stop being like that. And we also, it's something with black people, we love to see the crash out. Instead of us wanting to see each other blossom, we like to blossom and then sit back and watch everybody else crash out. I have something to talk about. Somebody else's failure makes you feel more successful. And that's crazy. That's how these companies and the J Group operate, knowing that, right? They say, we know this group of people love to be at the top by themselves and love to feel more important than their contemporaries and peers. So what we'll do is we'll push, even on the YouTube, we'll push this one guy's YouTube channel and let him get a full plate of food so that the people that's in his group, they will have something to compare themselves to strive for. But in reality, the full plate of food we gave this dude is some of the cheapest quality chicken and whatever on the plate that we could find. Matter of fact, we got it out the gutter. But because he feel above them, he's not going to question us. You know what I'm saying? They do it as jobs. You know what I'm saying? They pay one dude, the black nigga around the plant that's making 23, 24 hour, that the boss is more cool with than everybody. He goes to the boss house and watch football games sometime. Yeah, that's his house slave, his overseer. So now everybody else who working at the company in the plant, the forklift driver, me, I work on the line. And we looking at this dude, we making $12 an hour. This nigga making double our salary, salute me. So yeah, he where he at is something for us to strive for. But the going rate for the position where that dude at is $40 an hour. But because in comparison to what we making, he doubles our salary. We're not questioning why our boss ain't paying us, paying 40 for the position, period. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Sometimes
Yeah,
I have a problem breaking it down.
no, you good. I mean, we don't fight. Like when one of us gets something, we don't try to make sure, the rest of the people coming behind us get it. We just run with the bag. Uh, so no, what you saying? You expounded on it perfectly. I mean that's the thing about, and that's why I say just like-minded people. Because people like that need to be weeded out. If you ain't for the betterment of the group, well, why are you here? It don't make sense. It don't make sense why you here. You're a distraction, and that's like what you goes back to what you were saying. Like with the relationship with a girl, like the relationship with me and my wife. What I fall short, she pick it up. What she falls short, I pick it up. We complement one another. But we different. We different races, man. Nate, appreciate you, brother. I don't know if I said what up though, but Nate the Great in the house. Uh, Man, you gave me PTSD that last live, bro. I'm picking with you, bro. But no, that's my dog, man. Nate, day one. I mean, Nate helped me get where I'm at. Um, I appreciate you, bro. Always pay homage to Nate when he come through. Um, yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, they good people.
Yeah, Nate, good people, man. One of the realest. Hey, man. I ain't see realest pop up yet, um, but that's what we have to come to one accord. And everybody ain't gonna come, and that's cool. But we gotta that's why I say we gotta ditch the community and adopt a tribe, because a tribe moves for the betterment of the tribe. One beat, one heart. That's how tribes move. They sacrifice their own selfish needs and wants for the better of the community. And I'm not telling people to sacrifice their lifestyle or nothing like that. I'm asking you to sacrifice time to build with one another. Sacrifice the time that we use to um, go at one another and use it to find the people that we can build with. Because time is the one thing you can't buy and you can't get back, bro. Once it's gone, it's gone. Once that shit gone, bro, I'm telling you, I think about, when I was in my youth, how much time I wasted, in the street and just doing other dumb stuff. But now that I'm only 38, so I'm still young, but I'd be like, damn, I could have used that time and I could have been a lot further than what I am now. So that's why I try to.
Bro. Look, right. I'm gonna walk right here and grab a pen and a piece of paper. And the reason why I'm doing that, because when I'm having a good build with somebody like this, I like to instead of cutting them off so I won't forget the point I want to rebut or add on to, I can just write it down. So then when you're done, I can then, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense, right?
No, yeah, that's what I do. I got my pen and paper right here.
Yeah, I meant to grab it. But you see great minds thinking like, well, bro, time is the one natural resource that's the most important in all. It takes time to become a millionaire, billionaire. It takes time to build a relationship. It takes time to raise kids. It takes time to do everything. Without time, we ain't nothing. And you can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? You can't unring a bell. You know what I'm saying? But all right, hold up. I'm going to mute this real quick and go run and get the pen and paper.
All right. And that's why, exactly what he just said, that's why I use time to build towards positivity. Well, bro, where you at? Okay, go lay down. Daddy be right there. Go lay down. Okay, I gotta add myself on the phone. Okay. But yeah, time, you don't get back. So when you're using it for something that's not adding or making you a better person, you gotta really take a look at that, because you're wasting it. And I ain't gonna lie, it took me to get to where I'm at to fully understand it. Me losing my eyesight, to truly appreciate how I utilize my time, and to be super selective, because like I said, we can be using it for something positive. Hold on one second, I'm just switching up. Apologize for that. No, you gotta go here. Oh, whatever. Okay. My bad. I had to switch over to my some broker. But yeah, time. No, I'm still doing live. I had to put him back to sleep.
I'm back, bro.
I'm gonna let you
Good.
build for a second. I'm gonna put my son to sleep.
Your
But I'm still
sound
right
real
here.
low to no sound, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to put my son to sleep. Go ahead and build. I'm still here. Hold on, let me get this.
Is your volume button down?
Can you hear me now?
I can't even hear what you saying now. Say it again.
I said, hold on, let me get back on the mic real quick.
I can't hear you, bro. Hold up. Type it in the chat if you can.
Oh.
Now
Well, I
I
say go ahead and build. I'm about to put my son to sleep. I just switched over to my phone though. That's why I'm low.
Oh, okay, cool. I got you. Well, yeah, though. Another thing I want to kind of speak on, y'all, is that, man, we got to recognize the greatness in us, man. Listen, we establish what's cool and what's not worldwide. You know what I'm saying? I got people that I talk to from the UK. This one girl, a lot of y'all may know her. Her name Nani. She from North Africa, East Africa, or whatever, but she lives in Germany. And she comes on my channel. She comes in a couple people channel, and me and her talked about that. She said that the group of people we come out of, is a great group. We establish culture worldwide. But it's crazy. She said that it's crazy how other people around the world see how great we are, but we don't see the greatness in ourselves. And that's fucked up. That other people can see the greatness and potential of how great we can be if we move this one, but we can't. So we always at each other's neck trying to step on top of each other to get ahead. We gotta stop being like that. It never gets you nowhere. Like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all them people, them notable people with all that money. A lot of people think they did it by themselves. Nah, they ain't do it. They had a team and a union of people all pushing for the greatness of good of the group. You know, so a lot of times when you see them billionaires like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and all of them, it's a union of them. It's just they the face of what's going on. So a lot of people would think, well, it's just Elon Musk, his wife, well, Bill Gates. No, it's a union that's with him, an invisible union of people. We don't see him, but it is to help him get to where he at, to better their group or whatever. Man, we got to get like that.
And the crazy
And like
thing
I tell everybody, I don't know, to everybody who do know me on YouTube, I ain't been on here long, about 6 months, but I know how to build a YouTube channel fast. You know, one channel in like 3.5 months, I got to 5,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? 5,000 subscribers. And don't y'all know, a lot of people on this app, right? It takes them around like 2 years. Some people 2 years to get 1,000 subscribers. I got 5,000 subscribers in 3.5 months, man. Less than 100 days. And I just know, I know the formula. All I want to do, I'm not tripping about building my subscriber count. I'm trying to build my name on this app or whatever. And I'm trying to build with a union of people. Like my man, The Word, this is my dog. I always tell him and others that come in my channel, and y'all know who y'all is I rock with, that we a union. My channel is y'all channel. My fight, your fight. Know what I'm saying? Shit, I just was looking at
$1 million worth of game podcast. And Wallow and Gilly was talking about they never thought that they'd be this damn rich. Gilly said that he just got a $4.5 million check from the back end of some sponsorship deal that he had forgot about. He said they getting so much money, the checks come that they got to remember why they getting the goddamn check. You know what I'm saying? But I remember them dudes built it from ground level. You know, homie only Wallow only been home 6 years. He was in prison for 20-something years for drugs or body or something. You know, and I remember when them niggas first popped up doing the YouTube thing, the podcast thing. Now them niggas then signed a big ass, I think what? I may be wrong. I think it's $100 million deal with Barstool Entertainment, and they get $50 million a piece, not including the money they're getting from the sponsors. Man, them niggas getting to the bag, and these two niggas from the hood, from North Philly. And if anybody know anything about North Philly, it's one of the most hood places in the world. Know what I'm saying? I swear to God, North Philly and Baltimore remind me of the same place. The niggas, even how the streets shape and the houses look, to everything, the way of life. Philly and Baltimore are like the same damn place. If anybody been to both of them places, y'all can agree with. These niggas are from the trenches. What's his name? Wallow. Gilly, he used to rap and he used to write songs for Young Money, for Birdman, Wayne, and all them. Drake, he done wrote some shit for Drake a couple times. So yeah, but he died off. He older now. But look at the second half of his life, man. Them niggas, I sit and watch them niggas say that they never thought that they'd be worth 50 million a piece. Them niggas gotta started a podcast off just like how me and the Word be chopping it up, just on some trying to talk to the young niggas in the community. Ain't even had no goal on monetizing, just doing it to give back, and they was pure-hearted, not looking for a reward. And look how God blessed them. Gave them 100 M's to break down 2 ways. And now them niggas, I just was watching an interview. It was interviewing Shy Glizzy, the little nigga from DC, the rapper. And they was talking about deals and, you know, millions and money and success. And Wallow said that he never thought he'd be getting this type of money. He said, you know, basically he just was behind a G wall doing a whole bunch of time. He ain't say he ain't think. He said he just got a back end check for $4.5 million that he had forgot even about the deal. You know, and while his manager, somebody, you know, told him about the check, brought to him. He said he's starting to, getting that type of money where you forgetting that somebody damn near owed you the shit. But yeah, man, anything possible, but you can't do it alone. You can't. You can't. I think anything you want to achieve, if you got a strong team, everybody's like-minded, pushing the same agenda, that shit can be done. Straight up. And like I keep saying, I told a nigga, my man Sis, shout out to Sis. He heard me from a video or interview I did with Sister T from about 5 months ago when I first came on YouTube. I said, in the next 5 years, I want to be worth 20 to 30 million. He was reacting to a video for another reason, but on there, he heard me say that. He bust out laughing, right? So while I was in his chat, I said, what's funny? He said, nothing. Damn, but you said you, yeah. I said, I want to be worth 20 to 30 million dollars in the next 5 years. What's wrong with that? And I had to realize that a lot of times people, you can't expect people to see something in you that they don't see in themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where?
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't even get mad, because I was ready to hit his link and get the cussing back and forth with the nigga. Like, fuck, you trying to be funny? But I sat and rationalized it. I said, you know what? Homie probably can't even see himself being worth $100,000 the rest of his life total. So I know if he hear me say I want to be worth 20 to 30 million in the next 5 years. I know that sounds far-fetched and like a joke to him, you know. So it wasn't no slight against me. It's what he ain't seeing himself.
And you know what I noticed in life, to build off of that, just in life in general, a lot of times people would project what they believe their limitations are to other people, and you will accept it sometimes. You know, I did that when I was younger. You know, I seen myself as great, but other people didn't see it, and then for a minute I stopped saying it. So that's dangerous too. Yeah, that's dangerous. What up, Eve? Hey, Eve, I was about to hit your link last night, but I was trying to put the baby to sleep. But then when D Truth came up, man, I was like, I'm chilling. Even though me and D cool, but when he in that zone, I don't bother him, man. That's a bad dude, man. Shout out D Truth, man. That's my dude. You still there, bro? Oh, I just seen him type something in the chat. Oh. Yeah, but make sure Sis link is in there. Yeah, Nate had a eulogy tonight, Eve. I don't know if you was able to make it, but I received a slight PTSD from it. Nate went, the meanest thing he thought he said was the B word, but nah, Nate went there. But that's, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm plugging the other extension cord. I had to get my charger, bro.
Oh, no, you good. I had to put my son back to sleep. Little dude will be waking up. And this is the only time I really get to get on because I be with the family all day. And then when I get on, yeah, D, I ain't messing with that man, bro. D the truth. I ain't messing with him. Shout out. He was in. Did he come earlier? That was probably yesterday. But yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like we just gotta link up with like-minded people and stop trying to do this whole black community thing because to me, honestly, that was a distraction from the time they unshackled us because they knew we weren't all the same people in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so by letting us go and then giving us this ideology of we all one, they knew that it never happened. I mean, you can look
Can
at.
I just stop you 1 second?
Oh yeah, go ahead,
can
bro.
you do this for the people? Because I know, but a lot of people don't know. Can you break down why you saying that? Can you first you probably have to break down the 12 tribes of Israel.
I mean, you can. I'm gonna do it from. I can go back further than. I mean, you got to understand. The slave trade didn't start with bringing people over here. They was taking people from here. They took Native Americans from here. If you understand the word Swarty was a color of people, and they was all over the place. They were Irish, German, and so those Swarty people became Negroes too. So not only do you have the Native Americans, the people from the island, they all different people. Even if people accept this, even if you accept the transatlantic slave trade, understand that they came from different tribes. They still wasn't all the same people. No matter how you look at it, we was never all the same people. And in different tribes, you have different beliefs. And that's look at this the dysfunction in what we call the black community is all these different ideologies. That's why we can't come together or get together because we focus on the differences and not the similarities. The only thing that really bonds us is the skin tone, But come on now. Hold on 1 second, bro. Build on that real quick. Let me put this on. I gotta put my son down.
Hold up, I gotta run upstairs. I'm coming right back down.
All right, but speak to a shapeshifter. You talk about Deshaun. Go ahead, go lay down, bro. Yeah. Baba come in there in a minute. Go lay down. Yeah, my son. Blackbird, what's up, bro? What's up? But yeah, we gotta lead it. We just need to link with like-minded people and focus on that. Because like trying to get all these melanated, we can't do it because we all not the same. So it's time to let that shit go and adopt a tribe mentality. You know, people willing to work together to build and just move forward. Because trying to get everybody together, it has never worked. And when it began working, it was always somebody in there um, that sold the rest of that sold the whole movement up. One person, two people, you know, and that's why it's so easily infiltrated.
I agree with you, bro. Segregation, we always looked at segregation back in the 60s and 50s as a bad thing, but historians and scientists, the research they done, they said that if black people would have stayed segregated from whites, that we would be more successful and we would be more as one because we had no other choice. So it would be more solidarity. But when you desegregate and let us mix with the white people, now you got a lot of black people wanting to be amongst the whites, even thinking they them. You know what I'm saying? Or once they get a bigger serving of mashed potatoes from master, you can't tell them they shit stink. But if we would have stayed segregated, we would have had no choice. It would have been human nature. That's human nature for you to adapt to what's right there or whatever. So if we would have stayed segregated, then we would have had to be as one because we couldn't mingle with nobody else. Us is all we would have had. You know what I'm saying? Even say it would be a whole lot more black millionaires if we would have stayed desegregated from other races. You know?
And what people don't understand too, when you desegregate, you remember Black Wall Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those were Seminole Indians. Those wasn't all just a bunch of different type of black people. That was a tribe who built that. People don't give them credit for that. Even Rosewood, that was a group of people. Eve dipped out. Why Eve leave? Take it back. But that's that's what we all understand. Those are groups of like-minded people came together and built a community. Those wasn't just random everybody. We all black people who came together, and that we can learn from. Even though it was destroyed, we already know what happened. But that wasn't infiltrated. We had our own systems. So this whole I know, but this whole we all together because same skin color. It's not. We need to start thinking like a tribe. Just deal with like-minded people willing to buy into an idea and build upon that. And we might have differences, but that's the part where the goal becomes bigger. The complete goal becomes bigger than the individual goals. Our differences can be each other's strengths. Complementary to one another. We all bring different things, and that way, even if you attacked in different ways, you have different defense mechanisms. It just won't be one way to attack. You have to attack us multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have multiple ways to defend ourselves, and we have multiple ways to attack. That's why I say we all bring something, no matter what it is. We just got to learn how to utilize everybody's gift, skill, knowledge in a way it'll benefit the whole, if that makes sense.
And that goes back to, but before that can happen, we got to change our mentality. My success got to be yours.
Yeah.
My failure got to be yours. Your failure got to be mine. your success got to be mine. And when we set our mind to move that way, then we can start building in another direction. And another thing I want to say, shout out to all the black people or whoever that lost their life in the Oklahoma, that Tulsa situation. God rest your souls. They made it possible that places like Atlanta in Prince George's County, Maryland, where you got a lot of black millionaires and black people flourishing, because you know, I was watching a documentary. They say Atlanta would be a good example of the black Wall Street to as of today. Like if we go to Atlanta, you see all these black people with mansions and Ferraris and Lambos and businesses. So they crawled so we could walk. So we can never forget no shit like that. Them people lost their life to them group of white people so we can walk. They crawled so we can walk.
And that's why, me personally, that's why I practice paying homage to the ancestors. Those are the ones I know and the ones that's unknown. Because the sacrifices that the people made before us, I think it go unwarranted, because look at the way we act, you know. And I had to reflect and understand that too, looking at my grandmother, everything she sacrificed. And I'm looking like I'm not even taking advantage of it. I have the ability to do things she didn't. I have rights she didn't. I'm able to express my ways of myself in ways she can't. So, I mean, that's why I say I always look for something that's bigger than me to motivate me, you know. So that's like one of the tools I use.
Yeah, what I'm about to say, another thing is that because I see her asking why he lost his channel, he said music. They cracked down on that. So I'm even gonna stop playing music because they gave me a warning the other day because I was, and then one of my channels they took the whole channel down because I kept playing music. They stopped it and made me stop playing the music and sent me an email, said your live stream will start up soon, start back up soon. So it started back up, people coming in or whatever. I put the music back on, they took the whole channel down. So I guess it's a updating the policy, but they strict on that shit.
That's it. Only music I play on here is my cousins. That's it. I'm strict. I don't know all them. Yeah, Nate, you're a rebel, bro. Yeah, Nate
It's that
don't.
copyrighted music, because I know if you're monetized, this is how that works. If you're monetized and say if you play a Drake song and they stop your shit, then they'll take money out your AdSense check that you're gonna be getting the 21st, the following 21st, and they sends it to the artist or whatever, to the artist camp or whatever, whoever his representative is. They even show it in the breakdown and your money and shit when they pay you. We subtract this for playing that song that day. So basically, they call themselves striking down on that shit, getting tough on it. So I'm gonna stop doing that too.
Yeah, bro. Man, I hate to cut this short, but my little shorty would not let me. He keeps
I
trying to
understand.
drag.
I hear him in the back. I know, bro. Shit, I know.
Like, I done went and laid him down. He dozed off. As soon as I got up, he woke up. I'm like, dang it. He do this every night. Like, if you watch my shows, this is how most of them end. Him coming
Yeah,
through it.
but
I'm
the
like,
timing cool though, because I got something to do anyway. I was ready to tell you that. Ask you, is there any other thing you wanted to expound on before I dip? Because I got something to do. As soon as I get off here, I supposed to drop my little cousin off. He fell asleep on the couch. I fell asleep on the other couch. And Ben supposed to drop them off. He got class tomorrow. I got to drop his ass off. Don't even feel like leaving out. It's wet out too. Rainy and shit. I hate
this shit probably
driving in
coming
there.
my way. Yeah, this shit probably coming my way. But I appreciate you stopping through, bro. We're going to we're gonna build some more.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. And this week, sometime, I'm gonna give you a heads up on Instagram. I'm gonna do it. I ain't gonna tell you what the topic is. The reason being, I like to tell the person the topic right when they're ready to start the live, because I want them to come into it with a fresh mind and no opinion ready yet. But
that's
I
how I
got
do.
shows that I'm gonna do with you on my shit one day this week, maybe Thursday or Friday. Good topic or whatever.
Yeah, bro, that's how I do it. Like most of my topics, bro, I think about it a couple hours before I post it. Everything
Yes,
I do
bro.
is raw. You know, only time I write something down is when I want to make points. You know, like if it's something specific, because you know you get on here talking and like just I get to rambling off and miss points I
I know,
wanted to
bro.
make.
That's why I had to go. And another reason I know, because I do it. And another reason why I like to keep a pen and a piece of paper when I'm building with somebody on a string, like how me and you was talking, or maybe a couple other people, because I don't want to cut them off from their point. But I know I be then forgot my point by the time they didn't got their landed they playing. I'll be like, damn, what was I gonna say? So I write down what I want to add on to or rebut. So once they done, I'll be ready. But all right, bro. Peace and blessings, and thanks for letting me up. And shout out to y'all, chat. Talk to you
I
later, bro.
appreciate, I appreciate you, bro,
Hell yeah, anytime.
and I appreciate everybody coming through. Tate, I still gotta get you. Either I come on your show, but I want to talk about that root chakra with you. I think that'd be dope. So yeah, I gotta get Tay up here. But let me go put this little dude to sleep. I might pop back up in a minute. If ain't nobody else live, I know Eve probably go live. So I'll probably go over there or I try to pop back up. But I appreciate y'all coming through. And I hope I said something in this video that you can take with you and use or tell somebody else. Talk to the youth. And we got to, it's easy for me to say. And I'm going to be honest because I do it. You know, I talk to my nieces, nephews, but you know my little shorties that came up when I was coming up. I talk to them all the time. So I mean, it's easy for me to say to do it, but we just got to be more mindful because if we don't correct this problem with the direction the youth is going, then that's the future. So, but that's all I got. Appreciate y'all. Okay, come on, Book.